And we are live, everybody. My name is Cara Bradley. Thanks for joining in for a discussion on how being needy is sort of creepy. I came to this understanding just a little bit ago. I think I've always known it, but I found out about this phrase, needy is creepy, when I was reading a book called The Prosperous Coach by Rich Litvin, who's a really famous coach and coach of coachers out there. And he talks about being needy and how other people can smell neediness on you. Well, I sat with that as soon as I heard the phrase. I was like, oh my God, yep, that's me. I've felt it before. I felt it in my skin. I felt it in my gut. I don't want to live like that anymore. And how do I come out of that need or that place of neediness and really step into the world, into my work from a place of abundance, not from a place of needing anybody to give me anything. So if you are joining in, you can chime in. I'm just going to kind of go on with what I have sensed about this phrase, why needy is creepy. So neediness, when we are needing of someone, we have this sense of there's an urgency to get something from someone or some circumstance, right? And so we may step up to a person, a meeting, a phone call, whatever it is, with a sense of needing, right? With a sense of wanting something to happen for our benefit, right? I need you to like me. I need you to want to buy something from me. I need you to hire me. And whenever we have that sense of yearning, it changes our entire physical makeup. It changes our vocal tone. It changes our body language. It changes how we listen and how we speak, when we speak, how we act. It changes everything. So needing someone to do something for you is going to change how you show up in the world. It has for me. And I can tell almost immediately when I sense neediness start to arise. For me, I feel it in my gut. All of a sudden, my gut will clench, and I feel myself literally getting smaller. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. When we're looking for someone to give us something, like I said, whether it be a dollar bill or a job or a relationship, or even, how about this, even a like on Facebook. When we're looking for someone to give us something, some sense of approval, some sense of validation, it changes the way that we are. I have felt this in my life. So as a teacher, as a leader in a business, as a speaker and a writer, I'm constantly putting myself out there. I'm constantly on stage, which is something I enjoy doing. I enjoy being out there and exploring ways to connect with people. However, it's the neediness, the need for the approval, the need to be liked, the need for the acceptance that has gotten in the way of me really coming out full blast, right? Fully authentic. So have you felt this way in your own life? I mean, this is full disclosure for me, coming out here and going live and talking about how needy is creepy is really at an edge for me, because I feel like I've lived it for the last 4 or 5 years, being more in the public eye as an author, having, really wanting people to acknowledge that I have my book On The Verge or something else that I'm doing out there. And it's made me feel really uncomfortable inside. I've been looking at it for a long time. And so when I came upon this simple phrase, why needy is creepy, it was like bingo. All of a sudden I got exactly how I'd been feeling for a long time. So where are you needy? This is what I'm going to ask you to think about. Where do you feel needy in your life? Are you in need of? Let's put it that way. Where are you in need of? Are you in need of more money or a better job? Are you in need of a new relationship or an improved relationship? Where are you looking to the outside for validation or for a helping hand? Where do you feel needy? And then, how does it make you feel? How does needy make you feel? And I'm not gonna go here, right? You don't even have to put it into words. How does needy make you feel in your body? Like I said before, for me, needy feels immediately, I get small. Immediately, I feel my throat close or my stomach clench. Immediately, I go into this other pattern of being than I am right now. Right? When I feel abundant, when I feel confident and clear and stable, I feel bigger. Right? Just like Amy Cuddy talks about in her TED Talk about power positions, when we feel needy, we do get small physically. So how do you feel when you feel needy? This is really important because it's happening already in your life. There are times throughout the day, perhaps, when you feel less than, right? So many people I talk to, including myself, right? We struggle with the less than, not worthy enough. And it starts physically. So over the course of our life, we start to accumulate physical patterns. And this is something I see as a yoga teacher, as a movement teacher. We accumulate physical patterns that some of them are really helpful, right? Just like that Amy Cuddy power woman, Wonder Woman, right? When you put your hands on your hips and you open your chest and this is a powerful movement pattern. That if we took it for 2 minutes or more, we'd actually start to feel more powerful. On the flip side, we have these movement patterns that we go into when we feel small, when we play small, when we play, when we're in this needy zone. So what does that feel like for you? For me, it's small, clenched gut, tight throat. Right? Maybe my eyes, like I don't even see as well, right? And my heart races. So I'm just going to give you an example. I had a phone call last June. It was an email introduction to somebody that I really respect as he's a therapist, or he's a psychologist. He works with sports teams. He has a big podcast out. And I really respect him, and we were brought together through some mutual connections. And so I had a 15-minute call with this guy. I can't even say his name because it makes me tighten up even thinking about this call. There's no reason for me to feel small with this gentleman, right? We have so many similar interests, similar friends. Yet I got on the call and I was like a different person. I was a completely different person. My voice got squeaky. Hey, Janine, we got some friends on here. Mitch is here. Hey, Mitch and Lauren, thanks for joining me. My voice got squeaky, and I started speaking really, really fast. And like even as the phone call was happening, I was watching myself. Like, who are you? What is happening? And I started saying stuff that did not feel like me. I made a pretty bold ask that he interview me on his podcast. I can't believe I'm even saying this. Like as soon as the words came out, I'm like, no, honey, that is not what you should have done. So anyway, I'm just being honest with you. The whole call was a flop, in my opinion. Now he probably, hopefully doesn't even remember it. For me, it was like the epitome of needy. I felt creepy. right? As it was happening, I felt creepy. So I learned, and I learned, and I looked at it, and I thought about it. I was like, I really didn't need anything from him. I was just looking to make a connection. And so since that time, last June, so this is now 7-8 months, I've really started to look at how it feels to be in need of somebody else giving me approval. And I've recognized it's not a nice feeling. So again, back to you. What are you in need of? Like, write it down. This is really helpful. What are you in need of in life? Who are you seeking approval from and why? Okay, so just admitting to yourself, I need so-and-so to like me, or I need to have, when I post a picture on Instagram, I need to have so many likes, whatever, right? It could be as simple as that. Or I really need my superior or this client to like me so I can get more business. Be honest with what you're in need of. 1. 2, start to notice what needy feels like in your body. It probably has a specific movement pattern or physical pattern, such as heart race, or gut clench, or throat clench, or physically crossing your arms, or cowering, or tucking your chin. Starting to know what the movement pattern feels like then gives you the power to start changing those movement patterns, catching them immediately. I'll tell you, if I have the chance to speak to this gentleman again, which I hope to do so soon, I'm going to approach it completely differently. Which brings me to my third and final point. When you're approaching situations where you're going to be in need of, prime your systems. I'm big into priming the nervous system. What does this mean? When we are stable and balanced, when our nervous system, our autonomic nervous system, is in a balanced state, meaning not too stressed and not too relaxed, we're humming right down the center. When we feel balanced and clear and stable like that, we're able to navigate in a way that's more open and clear and confident. Priming your system, in other words, make sure you're stable and clear before you take the phone call. Make sure you've done something to help you be grounded and steady before you go into the meeting or before you post whatever you need to post. Take whatever risk you need to take. Priming yourself before you put yourself out there. So in yoga terms, we call this stability before mobility, right? Being steady before you take action, before you leap. How do you prime? Simple. Simplest thing is to breathe, right? 5 deep breaths. One of my mini wins, I call it stop, take 5. Take 5 deep, coherent breaths so that your inhale and your exhale are even and deep. Will help you to shift into a more stable state. Move your body. Sometimes just getting out of your own way, shaking your hands, doing a little jog, doing a couple of squats, getting the juices flowing in your body, or even a full walk, can help you again shift from that state of neediness or anticipation to stable, clear, calm. And then the last one is maybe to be in silence. Sometimes just being in quiet, tuning in to your body, tuning into your breath, tuning into a song, whatever, or being completely quiet, no music, no nothing, can help you again prime your state. So just to close this all out, needy is creepy. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I know for me, I feel like, I can't stand it when I feel needy anymore. So immediately I need to shift that. The way to start shifting it is to notice, what are you in need of? Really, what are you in need of? What do you need from the outside? We have so many of the resources that we need already within. get to know what you're in need of, get to know what it feels like internally, physically. What is it when you start grasping and saying those silly things or feeling inauthentic? And then third, prime your system, change your state before you put yourself out there in a way that is challenging. So I hope this is helpful, all. I thank you for joining me. And tune in next time. I'll be throwing out these lives. I'm going to move this over to YouTube so others can see it as well. If you like to connect with me, Cara at carabradley.net. And hope to connect with you soon. Thank you all. Have a great day.